Ashley, do you know how to patch and cue a light?
You know, Steph, I don't really know.
Well, we should ask Chad. I bet he knows. Hey, Chad, do you know how to patch and cue a light?
Yeah, I do. I'll show you two. Anything for you two lovely ladies.
So, where do we start?
Well, see, the first thing you gotta do is...
You're doing it wrong.
Hey, man, stop hating!
Who's that?
Oh, I don't know. He just lives here. Well, Ashley, the first thing you gotta do is get a light. After you've gotten that, you need to connect this stage pin to the circuit.
So, like this?
Perfect! So the next thing you gotta do is run up to the board and make sure you remember this number. Come on, let's go!
Let's go.
Alright, Ashley, so the first thing you want to do to patch a light is to go and push the patch button on the top of the board. Alright, that brings up this menu right here, which lets us select what dimmer we want in what channel. Now the first thing it's asking for is the dimmer. Remember the number that we said down on the stage? It was 159, wasn't it?
Yes, it was.
Alright, so go ahead and type that in for your dimmer number, 159, and then push enter. Now the next thing it's going to ask for is what channel you want it in. And currently it's in 159, but that's exactly where we want it to go. So go ahead and push enter again. If you want to change the channel, you can enter any number you want to, but we want this so it stays the same. And right here you can see you have channel 159 right with dimmer 159. Now after you've done that, you want to go ahead and push the stage button so we can check to see if we have control of our light. Now go ahead and push channel 159 at full. And it's kind of hard to see, but it's the red cyc right there. Go ahead and push release so we can see it. Wonderful. Alright, Ashley, so the main thing that you want to remember when patching a light is, for example, we used number 159. Any dimmer that you plug it into, or circuit that you plug it into, you go ahead and patch that in, and you can put it in any channel you want to. So it works with various numbers.
Wow. For the sake of time, we went ahead and patched in all of the other circuit numbers for the effect. For your information, our other circuit numbers are 150 and 162 for the orange, 157 and 161 for the green, 156 and 160 for blue, and 155 and 159 for red. Now, Steph's going to take over.
Alright, Steph, so the first thing you want to do is go to blind mode, which is up at the top corner on the left.
Got it.
The next thing you want to do is push the type button.
Found it.
Wonderful. The next thing you need is to push number 3, which is for effects.
Number this 3?
Correct.
Oh.
The next thing you'll notice is this menu that popped up.
Great.
This is going to be our channel and step menu that we use to create the effects.
Okay.
So the next thing you want to do is input the channel numbers, which Ashley and myself patched a little bit earlier. Alright, so the first numbers we have are the orange cyc upstage. So go ahead and type in 150 and 162. And go ahead and push S8, which is the add channel.
Okay. As
you can see over here, we now have a new channel. The next thing we want to do is add our green cyc. So that's 157 and 161. So the next thing you want to do is push the down arrow so we can have a different step.
Okay.
The difference between all the steps is they allow for the lights to come up or fade out depending on what type of effect you'll want them to have. So for step 2, we want the green cyc to be in. So that's numbers 157 and 161.
161?
Correct. And go ahead and push S8 again to add those channels to step 2.
Cool. Do I have to press the down arrow now again?
Exactly. You want to push the down arrow after every time you add the channels, so you can keep adding steps.
Cool.
The next thing we're going to add is the blue cyc. So that's 156 and 160. And you guessed it, push the add channels, which is S8. And we've added step 3. And we'll do our final one, so go ahead and push the down arrow. And this is our red cyc, which is 155 and 159. Push S8, and we're good to go.
Great.
Depending on what type of effect you want to do, you'll have to change the time, the in, the out, your low and high intensity of the light, depending on what you want to do. So what we want to do is go ahead and move your arrow keys up to step 1's in time. So we want ours to be 0.2 seconds. So go ahead and put 0.2, and that'll go ahead and add in. As you can see, we've added the 0.2 for the end time, which will affect the amount of time it takes for the light to fade in. The next thing we want to do is change the end time of step 2. So go ahead on the keyboard and push the down arrow, and then go 0.2. And there you can see we've changed the effect time of step 2. And do the same things for step 3 and 4. Wonderful. Now that we have that, we're ready to record our effect into a submaster. So the first thing you want to do is push the record button, which is on the bottom right next to the clear button.
Right here?
Right. After you've pushed that, you need to select what type of submaster you want to put it in. So go ahead and select submaster number 16 and push that button down at the bottom. Oh. Now we have successfully recorded our effect in submaster number 16. So go ahead and bring up that submaster and we'll see the effect we just made.
Great.
Wonderful. Now you may be thinking that that's a little quick, so you won't be able to see it right. So what we're going to do is we're going to change the rate of it. So go ahead and bring that submaster down. We're going to come back over here, and we're going to push S7, which stands for more soft keys. And we're going to push it 2 times to bring up rate, which is S5. Now that we've brought that up, what we want to do is select a number between 0 and 2000. So I think number 50 will be about right for the speed we want. And then push enter once you've done that. Go ahead and push record, and then we're going to come back over here and re-record over submaster 16 that we previously had just done. So go ahead and push 16. What we just did was change the rate time and re-recorded it. So go ahead and bring up number 16 again, and we'll see our new effect. As you can see, the effect's a little bit slower now, so I think that's right about where we want. What do you think, Steph?
I think it looks great.
Cool.
And that's
how you create an effect.
Yeah!
That's why I only work with Tom Cruise.